Right now, at the very center of our galaxy, there is a hole in the universe. It has no bottom, it has no floor, and if you stood at the edge of it, the last thing you would ever see is the back of your own head. Imagine you are floating in space, 26,000 light years from Earth, drifting toward a dark circle that swallows every star behind it. This is Sagittarius A star, a black hole 4 million times heavier than our sun, and you are about to fall in. What happens to you on the way down is stranger than anything science fiction ever invented. Stay with me, because by the end of this, the real question will not be what a black hole does to your body. The question will be what it does to time itself. We will come back to that, but not yet. So, you begin to fall. At first, it feels like nothing. There is no wind out here, no sound. You are not even sure you are moving until you notice the stars ahead of you sliding sideways, bending, as if the glass of the universe is warping in front of you. That is not your imagination. That is gravity. The black hole is so heavy that it is bending the path of light itself, and you are watching it happen in real time. Now, look closer. The dark circle in front of you has a name. It is called the event horizon, and it is the single strangest border in all of physics. It is not a wall. It is not a surface. You could pass through it without feeling a thing. It is simply the line where the pull of gravity becomes so strong that nothing, not even light, moving at 300,000 kilometers every second, is fast enough to climb back out. Think about what that means. Once you cross that line, every possible direction you could travel points deeper in. Forward is in, backward is in, up, down, left, right, all of them lead to the center. The exit does not just become hard to reach, it stops existing. But here is what most people never hear. For a black hole this big, crossing the event horizon is gentle. You wouldn't feel a snap or a jolt. You might not even know the exact moment you cross the point of no return. And that is the cruelest part, the most important threshold of your entire life, and you sail across it without a sound. Now it gets stranger. As you fall deeper, the black hole starts to pull you unevenly. Your feet are closer to the center than your head, so your feet feel a stronger pull, just a little at first, a gentle tug, like the tug you feel at the top of a roller coaster. But the deeper you go, the bigger that difference grows. Your feet are now being pulled so much harder than your head that your whole body begins to stretch. Scientists have a word for this. They call it spaghettification, and it is exactly as horrifying as it sounds. You would be drawn out into a thin strand of atoms, longer and longer, thinner and thinner, falling toward a single point. The same force that holds you gently to your chair on Earth, the same force that pulls a raindrop down a window, is now tearing you apart, one atom at a time. This is not a story about science fiction. This is not a story about a movie monster. This is a story about the most ordinary force in the universe, the one you have felt every second of your life, taken to its most extreme possible end. And remember that open question from the beginning, the one about time? Here is where everything changes. Pay attention to this. As you fall toward a black hole, something impossible begins to happen to the clock on your wrist. To you, your watch keeps ticking normally. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. Nothing feels wrong. But to someone watching you from far away, your watch is slowing down. The closer you get to the event horizon, the slower your time runs compared to theirs. This is not a trick. It is not a glitch. It is one of the deepest truths Albert Einstein ever uncovered. Gravity does not just bend space, it bends time.
Now hold that thought because it leads somewhere beautiful and terrifying. Imagine your friend is watching you fall from a safe distance through a powerful telescope. From their point of view, you never actually reach the event horizon. You fall slower and slower and slower. Your image grows dimmer and redder, frozen at the edge like a photograph that refuses to finish developing. To your friend, you hang there forever, a ghost pinned to the rim of the dark. But to you, you fell straight in moments. The same event, two completely different stories, both of them true. You experienced your ending. Your friend never sees it arrive. There is one more thing, and this is the part that breaks your brain. We do not actually know what waits at the very center. The mathematics points to something called a singularity, a point where everything we understand about physics stops working, where space and time, as we know them, simply end. Some scientists think the singularity is real. Others believe it is a sign that our understanding is still missing a piece. Stephen Hawking spent his life on this question, and even he did not have the final answer. The truth is, the center of a black hole may be the one place in the universe that nature has hidden from us on purpose. And yet, here is the thought I cannot shake. Every atom in your body, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in every breath you take, was forged inside a dying star and scattered across space billions of years ago. You are not separate from the cosmos you are falling into. You are made of it. A black hole is not some alien thing out there in the dark. It is built from the same dust that built you. When you fall in a strange way, you are only going home. In 2019, humanity did something our ancestors would have called impossible. Using a network of telescopes spread across the entire planet, working together as one eye the size of the Earth, we took the first real photograph of a black hole, a ring of fire around a circle of absolute dark. For the first time, we looked directly at the edge of forever, and the universe looked back. So let me leave you with 3 things to carry out of here. First, a black hole is not a cosmic vacuum cleaner roaming the galaxy looking for victims. It is a place where gravity, the gentlest force you know, becomes the strongest. It does not chase you, it simply waits. Second, the rules you live by, the steady tick of a clock, the idea that an exit always exists, the belief that you and a friend share the same now, are not laws of the universe, they are local comforts. Out there, near the edge, they quietly fall away.
And third, this is the one I want you to feel. The same physics that would tear you apart at the center of the galaxy is the physics that lit the stars, that built the atoms in your hands, that made you possible in the first place. The universe that can end you is the universe that made you. You are not a visitor here. You belong to it. If you could witness one of these with your own eyes, knowing you could never come back, would you go? Tell me below. I read every answer. And if this pulled you in, stay with me. Next time, we are going to ask an even stranger question. Not what happens if you fall into a black hole, but what happens if you fell out of one. Because somewhere in the mathematics, there may be a door that opens the other way.